Second.
Okay. Jennifer Cato?
Aye.
Steve?
Aye.
Chris?
Aye.
Peter?
Aye.
And Michael?
Aye.
And do we still do the Pledge of Allegiance?
We
Probably
should.
should. Yeah.
Okay. All right,
Yeah.
everybody stand where you are and face the screen.
Hey, you guys want to do it real time? I've got mine from Morning Message. Here we go. I'm coming over here. See if it works.
Okay, well, we'll
I'm
just say
right.
ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
It's America.
and to the
republic for which it
which
stands,
stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Great, thank you.
Let's hope that's the hardest thing we do tonight.
Well, here's hoping. I need a motion to approve the agenda.
So
And actually,
moved.
Monica, you know what I'll do just to keep it moving? Monica, I'm going to start calling the roll because then I don't have to turn off my thing off on and off.
That's
okay.
That'll be perfect. And that way I can stay muted.
Great. So a motion to approve the agenda, we'll go with Chris,
Aye.
Jennifer,
Aye.
Steve,
Aye.
Michael,
Aye.
and I'm an aye as well. Motion carries 5-0-0. Announcement of actions taken in closed session. We gave directions to staff regarding the MOU with STA. We gave directions for staff regarding potential litigation, case CRA 04-20-2020. And we gave direction regarding the superintendent's contract, which will be brought back at a later date. Recognition.
Yes, we're going to try to be creative. While back, I sent you guys a video clip of our award-winning English learners and their video that they came in first place in the county for their Census 2020 project. We wanted to go ahead and acknowledge the staff behind that. I didn't see Linda. Ryan is our part of our tech team. He's, I think, our district's cinematographer. And so Ryan and Linda kind of got together. I think Linda did more of the script and getting the kids prepared, and Ryan did the editing of the video. And I think if we can pull this off, we're going to show it. Is that the plan, Monica? Here we go.
It's time to be counted for Census 2020.
Ya es hora para contar nosotros para 2020.
Every 10 years, the Constitution requires every person to be counted.
كل سنوات الدستور على حسب كل شخص.
The census counts everyone, citizen, immigrant, and visitor.
国勢調査はすべての国民、移民と旅行者のためです。
The problem is people are scared it will be used against them. The census is safe and secure.
El problema es que algunas personas tienen miedo que el censo se use en contra de ellos. El census es seguro y protegido.
Hey, California students missed out on almost $200 million because not everyone was counted in the last census.
طلاب كاليفورنيا ضيعوا قريبا من $200 مليون.
Talk to your families.
Habla a tus familias.
It's safe, it's secure, and it matters.
Es seguro y es importante.
This spring, you will receive information in the mail to participate in the Census 2020.
You may respond by mail, phone, or online.
For more information, go to WeCountWeRise.org.
Nosotros contamos y juntos nos levantamos.
نحن نعد نحن نرتفع نحن نعد نحن نرتفع
私たちは大切だから立ち上がろう
We count, we rise.
Yeah, so pretty awesome. Ryan, you're in there somewhere. Thank you so much. So Ryan is so talented. We keep on putting him to work. His next, I think you know this, but his next project is going to be the first ever virtual talent show coming to you soon. So Ryan, thank you. And Linda, I don't think she's here, but Linda is our EL coordinator. Thank you too.
I second that. Thanks so much.
Great. Thank you guys very much. That was great. For individuals desiring to address the board, I have, actually, I'll wait for this for oral and written communications. So I don't think there's anything not on the agenda. I don't have anything for presentation. Bargaining unit. I don't think we have anything. Board member comments. Does anybody have comments? I'll just start. Steve?
Yeah, real quick. I appreciate the staff rallying together and adapting to something we've never done before. And who knows, we might have to do it again. I don't know. But the parade, the car parade, I wish I could have went. I was Zooming and you went by my house. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, everybody's around the state going, what is that racket? I go, my windows are open and the school district's going by my house. So it was pretty cool. I did look out the window real quick, but that was really touching, really cool. And my gosh, that caravan was really long. It was amazing. So anyways, I just want to say to those that organized and participated, kudos.
Great. Chris? I will assume no comment if I don't hear from you. Jennifer?
Yes, I wanted to second that with the parade. I'll start crying. My daughters have been having a hard time being home. We all miss the teachers. We miss you guys so much. We miss everybody. And that parade just hit at just the right time to help my daughters. And I don't know, it just meant so much to us, and just to even that distance to be able to see everybody. And they even got to see some of their friends cheering it on. And it just brought back the community, the sense of community that we have, and how important that is, and that it made them feel a part of something. So that was really great. Really appreciate it.
Michael?
I'll just third that. The parade went near my house. I know my son, who's a student at Spreckels, really enjoyed it. And thank you. It's very much appreciated.
Great. I will echo those sentiments as well. I was bummed to not be able to see it go by, but I heard great things about it. And I do want to say thank you to our admin team, our principals, and our teachers for really getting us up and running and continuing us through this, what has got to be a very, very interesting time. I say this a lot. This is going to be really cool in about 20 years looking back. It's going to be interesting from a historical perspective, but history is not a lot of fun to be living through it at the time. So hats off to everyone who's doing their best to make sure that we continue to provide education for the kids, because that's important. But it's not fun and it's not easy. Oral and written communications. I do have a communication from the STA. Veronica, are you able to throw up the photo? Sorry. There was a picture that came along with it. I'll just start reading it. It says, to Eric Torello, Teresa Sherpinsky, and Kate Pagran, on behalf of the teachers of SUSD, we would like to say thank you. Thank you for your grace and empathy during this difficult time. Thank you for your humanity and love, and for supporting the staff of our district as real people with personal challenges. Thank you also for your confidence and trust in the professionalism of the SUSD teachers to move forward with distance learning and to do what needs to be done to support our students and families. As teachers, we are all too aware of some of the outlandish demands being put on fellow educators in outside districts. We are thankful to be part of a district that respects us as people and trusts us as professionals. Through it all, by and large, our students continue to learn and thrive. We will all get through this together. With sincerest gratitude, STA. A very nice letter, and thank you guys very much for supporting our teachers and everything you do. With that, I'll turn it over to Eric for superintendent report.
I know I speak for Teresa and Kate, and the teachers, their words, we feel the exact same way about them, and it's real easy to treat them as professionals because they make our job easier. I mean, extraordinary hard times, but they've been so giving in their kids that we haven't heard anything but praise from the parents. That goes from both the teachers and the staff. And I like to give credit where credit's due. I would love to say that the parade was my idea, but creativity is not my thing. Teresa, who was, we'll call her the parade queen, she coordinated this with Rodell, our transportation coordinator, and they put all the routes together, you know, and it did. All you mentioned, it came together better than expected. Jen, I think it was much needed on both sides. The kids, the parents, and definitely on the staff. I think there's quite a few teary-eyed staff members. Even Mrs. Powers' husband, who was just driving, so he couldn't keep it together. So, thank you, Teresa. In other superintendent news, I kind of mentioned that a while back that districts are rolling this out in different stages, and I'm just so impressed by how we are engaging probably about 95% of our kids, and those kids that aren't participating, we're calling them and reaching out. And that it really has to do with the individual efforts of the principals and the teachers. If the kids aren't showing up, they're getting emails and getting calls. And so we have a huge success, but it is hard. Like I said, it's extraordinarily hard. And we're hoping to have some fun coming up. I mentioned the talent show. We can't keep all the year-end events, but we're going to try to definitely for the 5th and 8th grade do something. The whole district will be invited to take part and watch the talent show. But for the 5th graders and 8th graders, we're trying to figure out how to do some sort of virtual promotion or some kind of ceremony. So I know the high school districts have a much more difficult task to have a true graduation, but we want to do something for our kids too. And as you could probably guess, the conversation now is all about reopening of schools, and it's extraordinarily complicated. It's not just the how, it's the when. Our governor had mentioned July, and that caught most of us off guard. I have a standing Tuesday Zoom with the other superintendents, and today, there was a lot of frustration about how we're going to pull this off. And at this point, there's many more questions than answers. I don't see us being able to pull off July. Ultimately, it will be a local decision by our board about when we open up. Our plan at this time is to go with our published August, I think, 19th date, either in person, remotely, or more than likely for the next year, a blend. And we could talk about that next, what a blend looks like, but it could be students being at school on certain days, home remotely on certain days. But as you could probably guess, there's tons and tons of issues involved. Childcare for both our parents and our staff. So this is not going to be easy, but we're going to pull it off together. The county has really rallied and the state to put together kind of like standard templates of you are ready when you do this, this, and this. So that's coming soon to a board meeting near you. Other than that, I'll pass it to Teresa.
Thanks. So I'll try to be a little more uplifting. I just wanted to share with you guys, I am very grateful that the parade was welcomed so warmly. And as Eric said, on both ends, because the staff needed it too. And I really needed it. And it was so good to see everybody's faces and all the sweet signs. And there were people who lived in all the areas that we went through that are retired, and they were sitting in their chairs smiling and cheering us on. It just was a big community thing, and it just reminds me how important our community is. So I'm really happy it worked out, and it was a big effort by everyone. And I just wanted to share with you that along with the virtual talent show, one of the things I've given myself as a job is to make sure that we keep some continuity for the kiddos. And so I'm doing morning messages every day, and we're trying to do some of the things we do at school. And I don't know if you knew this or not, but we have in the past done our accelerated reader challenges when the kids get to a certain point. And the last one was for 200 million words. And if you haven't checked it out yet, you need to subscribe to my YouTube channel and go check it out. It's not mine personally, but it has my name on it so that you can subscribe. But Mr. Robert, our custodian, he promised the kids that his wife would give him a mohawk. So in live video, his wife gave him a mohawk and painted our Spreckels logo on the side of his head. And those are the things the kids just love. And they talk to the teachers about, and now they're reading some more. So morning message, I reminded them there's going to be another challenge before the end of the year. So get to reading and those kind of things. So we try. Robert Price and Audrey, my secretary, Dwayne, did a morning message, and they sang "Ain't No Mountain High Enough." And, so everybody has their different talents. So I'm getting people in. Mr. McMahon's reading a book every single week to the kiddos. We're just trying to keep it alive for them. So that's what we're going to do until we get through this year. So anyway, thank you for listening.
Great. Thank you very much. Do we have anything for SUAF or PTO? And then Eric, I assumed you filled in for Buena Vista principal on your comments.
Yeah, I kind of mentioned the upcoming events where Kate's actually coming off maternity leave lightly in the next couple of weeks. So she's going to help coordinate that, whatever that promotion looks like.
All right. Let's go to the fund balance report. Veronica? You're on mute.
I just wanted to share the picture real quick. Are y'all seeing that? That was the correspondence that Peter read. And
do other people see? Because I don't see it.
No, you're not seeing it.
Is anybody seeing it?
Okay. Let me. Well, instead of wasting time with this, then we'll just jump to the board packet.
Yeah, we saw the picture.
Oh, you saw the picture? Okay.
I did.
I didn't. Okay.
Okay, so can you see that?
Other people are seeing it?
Yes.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me see which. Now I see that. Okay.
Okay, well, and now, of course, it's not coming up.
Okay, hopefully it's not just me. I see a blank piece of paper, but it's your, but it's your blank piece of paper. Okay.
Yeah, the whole agenda is whited out, unfortunately. But I'll while it loads up or does whatever it's going to do, the April fund balance, the good news is that we actually did receive the posting of our property taxes, our April taxes. So for the month of April, revenues did exceed expenditures. So that was unexpected. And we'll just jump to the budget update. There's just two things.
Just keep going. Don't worry.
Okay. There's two things I want to share. There are two additional revenue apportionments that we're receiving that are related specifically to COVID. From Title I, we're going to be receiving around $55,000 and federal dollars. And then SB 117 is a state funding source that's about $17,000. And typically Title I, the larger pool, is to be spent on those kids who are in socioeconomic categories, like our free and reduced kids, or kids who have performance issues. But we're expecting there to be some flexibility with how that money is spent. And on the SB 117, the 17,000, that's tied specifically to any expenditures that we needed to take on related to rolling out distance learning. And so we've been keeping track of the things. It hasn't been a lot, but we did buy some new hotspots, and there's been a few things that we've had to invest in. But that 71,000 in total is definitely going to help through this period. The May revise comes out in about 10 days, so we'll get our first look at what the projected revenues will be for the coming year. We're told to do different scenarios as high as a 10% reduction. I've heard 20%. I think that's lofty, but for us, 20% would be about $2 million. So I don't know how we could possibly, I mean, we have it in our reserve, but we certainly couldn't reduce program that much in the first year. But we're not making any irrational decisions yet until we see that May revise. And then Eric, you were going to take the local control accountability plan. I'm going to stop sharing and see if I can get this thing reloaded so we can see each other's lovely faces.
Sure. And so the budget obviously was kind of shocking, but I think Veronica mentioned there's a wide range of speculation from a 2% to all the way to the 20%. So we don't want to jump off any buildings yet, right? The local control, the LCAP, as expected, the governor passed the executive order last week, which basically postpones the approval process to December, January, officially. We had already talked about in June, we are still going to bring you a LCAP document. It will not have to be approved with the budget. We'll present it at the same time. Instead, you'll need to approve what's called an operations written report. It's a shorter template that basically summarizes the district's actions during COVID. So that report, the budget, and you'll get a sample-ish LCAP next time. But again, the LCAP does not need to be approved until next, I think, December. And at that point, I don't even know what the template's going to look like. But we'd like to give you a heads up in advance when we share the budget about some ideas we already have for reducing, offerings or the least essential to our core mission, right? So it's not going to be easy, but we will come up with some ideas. Any questions about the LCAP?
No.
Okay, then I'm going to mute myself.
Does anybody else have anything? Facilities?
So we are starting this week to bring teachers back in to work on their CUME records and to also start collecting student work in preparation of distributing it at some point in the future. And then once that work is done, the teachers will go through what would have been their end of year checkout process. We'd like to start bringing our custodians back in the second week of May. I think it's the 18th or 19th, 2 weeks from yesterday, to start doing what summer cleaning. And we're going to probably do that on a limited basis, maybe short days, limited amount of staff. But at this point, we're starting to plan for getting our classes ready for the start of next year.
Okay. Any questions? Okay. Quarterly treasurer's report. Oh, that's always fun.
Yeah, just 4 times a year we bring you this document for information only.
Right. Class configurations.
Okay, I'm going to try again. Hopefully this shows up. Are y'all seeing this report?
Yes.
Okay. So we have added a new column to this document called Released Interdistricts. You can see my little hand right here. We had the pending list forever on this document, but we wanted to start looking at who actually has been released from their home district. We were getting there was a delay in releasing interdistricts, specifically from Salina City Elementary. There was talk that they were going to not release new requests for kinder. So of course we had a lot of concern about filling this class 5 because our own counts of in-district students didn't warrant it. We're sitting at 62 of our own kids. But as you can see, we've now had 26 released from the other neighboring districts. The majority of those are Salinas City. So Eric and Jennifer are starting to closely review each application. And Eric, you can kind of talk about that process and what our timeline is for filling up these classes.
So actually, yeah, I went through our transitional kinder and made some decisions there to build that up. And I went through 7th grade today. But what we're going to do with the kindergarten is before we commit to that 4th teacher is pretty much the whites of these kids' eyes, meaning that make sure that each one's accounted for. Some of them are based on what's called the intent to return that we get verbally, or actually it's a written report in the spring. But since COVID's happened, there might be some family lifestyle changes, relocations, whatever. So we want to go ahead and make sure that we can account for all those new kinders, and then we'll go ahead and start bringing them in. Each grade has basically a allowable amount, whether it's 1, 2, 7th grade, there's quite a bit of room. And so it's again, a grade by grade decision. And that's happening starting this week. Any questions on that?
I had a question. I don't know if it's appropriate for this one or the next page, but it looked like our numbers were down compared to previous years. Am I misunderstanding that or no? Are we anticipating contraction in enrollment?
But I think that didn't capture those 26 kinders and about 15 more 7th graders that will be added. So we're down slightly, but nowhere near what I think you're looking at.
Yeah, I think I saw like 60 or 70. It was pretty significant decline in anticipated enrollment. I was just confused.
Peter, that is correct. If you look at the bottom of this page, you see the 938. Those are our in-district and renewed interdistricts. So there's 938 on the books right now that we anticipate. There's 85 released interdistricts across all grades and 97 new interdistricts. 12 of those haven't been released. So we won't take all 85 of those, but if we did, we'd be actually significantly over what our current year enrollment is.
Okay.
Which is, I can show you that on the next screen. The period.
No, I think it's good. Yeah, I saw that because I think it's going to be an interesting discussion. I think it might be premature this time, but after the May revise comes out, I think this is going to be an interesting discussion for us to have with the budgeting for next year and what that means for anticipated enrollment or what anticipated enrollment means for budgetary. There's that circle of that feedback. So.
Well, we're fortunate that we have natural vacancies. So if the revenues were stark and we needed to manage enrollment, we have that one kinder class. We haven't filled that position yet, so we'll keep it vacant until we have more information.
Okay. Does anybody else have any questions about class configurations or period 2 attendance report?
The period 2 attendance report, there's actually some good news here. Our final ADA came in at 958, which was just a little under 4 ADA more than we projected. So part of that is because with the school closure on March 13th, the state said to use the last full school month, which pushed it back to like February 21st. So the calculation for period 2 went from the first day of school through February 21st, and that actually helped us in terms of bumping up this projected ADA. So that addition of just 4 kids is about $32,000 on the positive to our revenues. And our attendance rate hit 96.26%. So that was really nice. It's the first time since 2016-17 that we were over 96%. That's an improvement.
Fantastic. Good job, kids.
This is all detail.
And the MOU with CSEA?
This is just a housekeeping item to memorialize the move from McSig for our health and welfare benefits to California Value Trust, effective July 1.
And we'll move on to action item. I need a motion to approve by roll call vote. Resolution 19-20/19, State of California Governor's Office of Emergency Services, a designation of applicant's agent resolution for non-state agencies.
Okay, now I move it.
Second.
Discussion?
This is just a required document to include us in any FEMA reimbursements we might be eligible for, again, for expenditures related to the school closure.
Fantastic. Chris?
Aye.
Jennifer?
Aye.
Steve?
Aye.
Michael?
Aye.
I'm an aye as well. The motion carries 5-0-0. Thank you all. I now need a motion to approve by roll call vote to establish a 2020-2021 education protection account.
So moved.
Second.
Veronica, do you want to just talk about it for a second?
This is a requirement annually to confirm that the monies that are received through this funding stream are spent on instruction only. So we just submit this document saying that all the dollars, the 1.4 million, is coded to only the function of instruction. Teacher salaries can't be used for admin or facilities or anything else.
Okay. Chris?
Aye.
Jennifer?
Aye.
Steve?
Aye.
Michael?
Aye.
I'm an aye as well. Motion carries 5-0-0. I need a motion to approve by roll call vote the landscape architect services for the middle school master plan, phase 1 improvements.
So moved.
Second.
And then, Veronica, do you want to talk about this? Because I have a question.
Yeah, so what's happening is before the closure, we had our plan documents submitted to DSA, the department, the Division of State Architects, who have to go through their review process for any school construction. And during the review, there's always some write-up that comes back that more information is needed and some corrective actions need to happen. And so when we went through this with Christian the other day, Peter, he just identified some of the things we need to do with the goal of getting the plans. We recognize that we are not going to be going out to bid to do this construction, that absolutely needs to be put on hold. But we'd like to get the plans bid ready so that if things turn around, we expect that the climate might be favorable in terms of price.
Yeah.
And
okay.
So to extend the work and to get to that point, I think it's a $7,800 addendum to the contract.
Fair enough. That was pretty much my question, just making sure we were all on the same page. So you explained it. My only question is, if you get approval, how long is that good for? When does that approval expire?
We asked that very question, and we have 12 months from approval. And it's not unusual to have to go back if that 12 months expires, but you do have to start over with all the fee scheduling that, DSA is going to charge you for it.
Okay.
But I would hope that within 12 months, we'd have some indication of whether or not this is ever feasible to do.
No, I'd agree. I think we need to hang on to cash right now, but it's worth the $7,800 to buy the 12 months to see if this is feasible down the road.
I agree. Thank you.
Other comments or questions? Hearing none, I'll bring it to a vote. Chris?
Aye.
Jennifer?
Aye.
Steve?
Aye.
Michael?
Aye.
I'm an aye as well. Thank you very much. Motion carries 5-0-0. Instructional materials 2020-2021 update.
Yeah, this is just an annual kind of update for you guys to know where we're at in our cycle of textbooks. Fortunately, due to the timing of the budget, we are not planning to adopt next year. Both sites, though, are going to be piloting at least one science adoption, which is a free process, with the goal of making a recommendation for the following year. So we're a little bit behind there, but again, the timing probably worked out pretty well. Any questions on that?
Great, thank you. I need a motion to approve the grading during emergency school closures.
So moved.
Second.
So CSBA presented this resolution to speak to memorializing how we're handling grading. And the first 5 items are common language that all districts are encouraged to use. And then with the guidance, they issued a list of options that we were to select to align to our practices, and including the conversations we've had with the teachers union. So number 6 is the selection that we made. And Eric, you can kind of speak more to why we picked number 6.
Yeah, so the different districts in the county are there kind of are 2 patterns. Kindergarten through 8th grade districts are going really through to credit, no credit format. And the high schools are kind of split. Some are going pass, no pass, but due to college implications, some are allowing the kids to try to maintain their letter grade and working that out. So for us, what we've been telling parents and teachers the whole time is that participation is expected, it's required, but because of equity and access issues, it's hard to hold every kid to the same online standard. So we're going to go to a credit, no credit system, and each site will have a little bit different feedback for parents based on the report card template. Each site will have a disclaimer that basically memorializes what happened this trimester. So say something like, due to COVID-19, students in the 3rd trimester were home taking part in online learning. And then at Spreckels, the teachers have an area they can add narrative, whatever they want. So they can talk about participation in online learning, strengths and weaknesses going to the next year. At Buena Vista, the report card's a little different. So instead of that narrative, they're going to go ahead and the teachers are, with me and Kate, will kind of compile a list of COVID participation comments that they could choose from. The idea is that we're not going to hold kids, it's a whole harmless policy, which is recommended. Students will get credit for the time they, were online learning. They'll be promoted to the next grade. And then hopefully there'll be at least some comments to capture where their schools are and what the next year's teachers should do. Any questions on that?
I actually do.
Sure.
We're not going to tell my children this.
Yeah.
And the other
Right.
thing, this wouldn't affect, Molly has been her eye is on valedictorian. So
Right.
this would just not scoop into that. That would just be,
No. So
it would just be the grades that count because she's looking ahead.
well, good for her. Yeah. So for that, for 8th grade awards, every kid's, let me see if I got this right, Michael. Not the denominator would be different. Instead of having 9 quarters to you get your following right, you'll have 8. So everybody will have the same formula.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So, and that's why we kind of been holding off advertising. Everybody's getting credit because we're telling kids that you will get credit, but at different degrees. So if a kid's really not participating and there's no reason why not, they'll probably see a comment that says, did not participate at the expected rate, something like that. They're not failing, but it's going to be there. Any other questions? Okay.
Great, thank you. Chris? We're voting.
Aye.
Jennifer?
Aye.
Steve?
Aye.
Michael?
Aye.
And I'm an aye as well. Motion carries 5-0-0. I need a motion for declaration of need for fully qualified educators.
So moved.
Second.
And anybody want to run through this, or this looks pretty boilerplate?
It is. It just prepares us for any credentialing issues we may have in the coming year due to difficulties in finding fully credentialed teachers or setting up schedules at Buena Vista for teachers with the right authorization.
Okay, great.
It's
Any
estimated.
questions? Yeah, sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I'm good. I'm done.
Okay. Any questions, comments, concerns? Chris?
Aye.
Jennifer?
Aye.
Steve?
Aye.
Michael?
Aye.
I'm an aye as well. The motion carries 5-0-0. I need a motion to approve the speech and language pathologist salary schedule.
So moved. So moved.
Second.
This is housekeeping, as we forgot to include it in the AB 1200 that we brought you last month for the teachers' salary increase. The speech and language pathologist is a member of that bargaining unit, but they sit on a different salary schedule, and I simply forgot to include it in all those documents.
Any comments, questions, or concerns? Hearing none, we'll vote. Chris?
Aye.
Jennifer?
Aye.
Steve?
Aye.
Michael?
Aye.
I'm an aye as well. Motion carries 5-0-0. I need a motion to approve the final read of the lunch duty supervisor for Buena Vista.
So moved.
Second.
Final read, you saw this last month, no changes.
Okay. Any comments, questions, suggestions? There being none. Chris?
Aye.
Jennifer?
Aye.
Steve?
Aye.
Michael?
Aye.
I'm an aye as well. Motion carries 5-0-0. I just lost my agenda. I need a motion to approve the same thing for Spreckels. Sorry, I'm trying to reload my agenda.
Second.
So moved.
Okay. Any comments, questions, concerns? Chris?
Aye.
Jennifer?
Aye.
Steve?
Aye.
Michael?
Aye.
And I'm an aye as well. Motion carries 5-0-0. Any committee updates?
No, we haven't met since.
Okay. I figured I just was there. I need a motion to approve the first read BP 6157 distance learning.
So moved.
Second.
This is a new policy under the instruction family, recommended again by CSBA to address what we're doing right now. And it does align to the conversations that we've had with the teachers union.
Okay. Did anybody have any questions or concerns? Okay, hearing none. Chris?
Aye.
Jennifer?
Aye.
Steve?
Aye.
Michael?
Aye.
I'm an aye as well. Motion carries 5-0-0. I need a motion to approve the first read of working remotely. It's just a lot of numbers. I'm skipping them.
Yeah, this falls under personnel, and all those policy numbers represent certificated, classified, management. But it's basically, again, just to codify what the expectations are.
Wait, Veronica. Sorry, Veronica, just housekeeping. We need the motion first.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Now you're back, Veronica.
Yeah, so it's just to codify what we're doing now with employees who are working from home, and it aligns as well to our current acceptable use agreement for the technology resources that folks have been taking home.
Great. Makes sense. Anybody have any questions or comments? Hearing none, I'll call the vote. Chris?
Aye.
Jennifer?
Aye.
Steve?
Aye.
Michael?
Aye.
I'm an aye as well, and the motion carries 5-0-0. Consent items. Does anybody want to pull anything out of the consent items? Hearing none, I will ask for a motion to approve the consent items.
So moved.
Second.
Chris?
Aye.
Jennifer?
Aye.
Steve?
Aye.
Michael?
Aye.
And I'm an aye as well. Motion carries 5-0-0. Future agenda items. So we're on schedule for 2 meetings in June. And are we anticipating that those are going to be remote, or do we think those will be in person?
The current county order goes through the end of May. Then it's anybody's guess, right?
Okay.
That gives us, what is it? Our meeting's June 2nd, is that correct?
June 2nd and June 16th.
So unless there's indication that they're going to lighten the restrictions, I would say it's going to be remote.
Yeah.
But we could always, we would have 3 or 4 days to try to get an update.
Yeah, I think because we need to post on the 29th, we probably need to make that decision. The newspaper posting, the public notice posting for the adoption of the budget is also going out. And I believe the county's preparing those as if they will. I mean, what they post is the time and the place. So it's the same as what we're doing now. We're still holding our regular meetings at the same time, and it's just the place is different. The delivery model is different. So, but
So it sounds like it's safe just to go virtual again with the information we have now.
Okay.
I mean, we could go virtual on the 2nd and then make a determination about the 16th
Right.
later.
Okay. This doesn't have to be decided though now, can we? We can do this offline between now and then.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay. And then I just want to ask other board members, would you guys be interested in an update on, Eric, I know you kind of mentioned it, but obviously a designated agenda item for COVID-19 update and prep for next school year. I think that would be nice. If
Yeah,
it's
for sure.
nothing new yet, then it's nothing new yet, but I'd like to have it as an agenda item with other people's assent.
So maybe call reopening 2020-21, something like that.
Yeah, I just want to
Okay.
have that as a line agenda item so that we have that every board meeting moving forward until we know exactly what's going to be happening.
Agreed. Okay.
Actually, that brings up, Eric, we were talking about the calendar, right? That we were going to go ahead and send it out.
Right. So in my superintendent report, I kind of shared that although the governor's mentioned July, most realists are thinking that that's not going to happen. So I would recommend that we begin by sharing with our parents that we have the intention of starting with our established August 19th when we published. Disclaimer saying pending COVID changes. So that's kind of what the plan would be right now, unless something drastic changes us. I don't think we're going to be ready before. I don't think our staff will be on board opening it before. Just for a lot of reasons, I don't think we should even entertain it.
I can't speak to the board, but nobody's speaking up, so I think we're all in agreement there.
Okay.
Anybody else want to add anything to the agenda or take anything out?
Peter, I would. I'd like to add an update. Eric and I talked about this before, an update from special ed, because special ed in the distance learning model is such a difficult thing to have going on. And I just think we ought to, as a board, keep an eye on that, because I think we have a pretty good sense of what's going on in the regular ed classes, but the special ed kids are very individualized. I mean, the student individualized learning plans. I'm saying this because I had a conversation with my niece, who is the head of special ed in the Boston Unified School District. And they're dealing in their special ed population with 19 different primary languages and a lot of poverty and a lot of single parents. In fact, a lot of single parents whose husband just left during COVID-19. And I just think it'd be a good idea for us to keep our eye on that. Hi, I see Tammy there. So
I think that's a fabulous idea, Chris.
An update on that next meeting, that would be great.
I would also like to know if we're going to be adding any programs over the summer for kids, if we're going to work with any other districts or anything like that to offer some of the NASA program that's still going with Hartnell or any of the other programs.
Okay, let's put it on. We can do an update on any summer issues or enrichment opportunities. If you want to get together with Eric offline between now and then, that would be great.
Okay.
And if you could send me that, Jen, that'd be great. The NASA program. Thanks.
Did anybody else have anything? Okay, hearing nothing else, I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Chris?
Aye.
Jennifer?
Aye.
Steve?
Aye.
Michael?
Aye.
And I as well. Thank you all very much for your time, and thank you again, everyone, for staff and for putting this together. It is difficult to do this online, but everybody did a great job. Thank you very much.